guys. I am here to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't know what season, I don't know what episode. I just want to talk about Sunday's episode and how problematic Candice is. I don't really talk about this show anymore because I be over it, you know what I'm saying? Really, last season turned me off with the whole fight thing. And I like to know a lot of people know. So, I don't talk about the show. But when I say this episode, I was like, I have to make a comment about this episode because Candice is very, very problematic. Very problematic. Her going after Mia every chance she gets is immature. Bitch, if your video was low budget, it was just low budget. Like, I don't understand. Like Mia said, like, when we all starting off, all our stuff is low budget. We be trying to figure out how can we save money. So, okay. Now, yeah, you can take offense to that, you know what I'm saying, when it's your baby, your project, you know what I mean? But to call her mom low budget, you would have got hands put on you. You would have got hands put on you. I was going to come last week and talk about it, but I was like, no, I need to see the continuation of it. And when I saw the continuation, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm talking about her. I'm talking about this problematic broad. Now, last season, I kind of was on your side with the whole fight with Monique because I felt like it was stupid. I feel like the fight was stupid. I do feel like your mouth will get you beat up. I do feel like you can't say everything because everybody, you know what I mean, it's consequences to your actions. So when you say things, be prepared to get snatched up over the table. When you touch people, when you get too close, it's consequences to that because to me, all you gotta do is get too close. You ain't gotta be all over there touching me and all that. Get too close. Orange distance, and I might hit you, so I don't know. So that, you know, that whole last year I was just like, whatever. I just felt like Monique, I was not on Monique's side because I felt like Monique was not taking accountability for her actions or whatever, or she was trying to make excuses for her actions instead of just owning up to why she did it, what she did, and all that kind of stuff. But this time, this whole thing with Mia, I'm like, girl, you should have been got hit. Like, period. And then your whole thing is, well, she been coming after all the women. So, bitch, what are you, Captain Saberhouse for all the women? Like, girl, they know how to fight their own battles. Like, so you going after her because she went after everybody else is stupid. She didn't come after your mom. You mad because your mama was talking to her and your mama was giving up too much damn information. See, you and your mama need to get hit in the mouth. You and your mama. Because your mama talk too damn much, so she need to get hit because she needs to know when not to open her mouth. I don't give a damn. Y'all can be saying, people, you should not talk about people's mama, that. Now, her mama, in the instance, her mama is a fixed character on the show. So, yeah. Mia's mama, not so much. Mia's mom is not on the set talking with all the girls and, having her dialect with y'all so y'all can be able to talk about her the way Candice's mama was at the video shoot. She's been at the house. She's been at dinner. She's been places with you ladies to be able to say things about her. Like, that's like Mama D or somebody hanging with everybody and then, she's fair game to get talked about. But since Mia's mom is not in y'all circle and hang with y'all, I don't think she should have been able to be talked about. Especially not in that instance. Now, Mia, I could take her or leave her. But the whole thing about, your mom might relapse and all of that. I think kind of that was taking it overboard. I think you were kind of giving your mom an excuse if that happens. I don't think. Now, first of all, you got your mom on this show, so you should be aware that your mom could be talked about. Your mama gonna be talked about her storyline about her being on drugs anyway, regardless it comes from these people, vloggers, subscribers, viewers. Your mom is gonna get talked about, period, because she's on the show. She's on a reality show. Comes with goddamn territory. So you should have thought about that before her relapsing, before you even brought her on the show, period. Before you even brought her storyline on the show, any of that, you should have thought about that. So I thought that was whatever. Like I said, I think Candice was out of line and should have got snatched up. Like, you talk about my mama, bitch, I'll bet her off. I'm just gonna hit you, period. I feel like if enough people hit her shit, Bravo can't keep firing everybody that come after her, and they'll realize it's not them, it's her. The whole throwing of the letters. I know I wasn't tripping, but I know I saw Candice throw first. And you mad because she picked up more letters than you did and threw it back? Because you threw that letters first. You talked about her husband. You called her husband a pimp. She wasn't talking about Chris. You called her husband a benefactor. She wasn't talking about Chris. Like, you talked about everybody except the person that you're arguing with. So I thought that was stupid. Then moving on, your husband get you outside. He get you together. Well, kind of try to get you together. You so headstrong that you're not even listening, and you disrespecting your husband on national TV. Girls get on my nerves. This shit. That's another marriage gonna go down the damn drain. But that whole argument with Ashley, let's get into that before I get to where I need to go. So the whole thing with Ashley, and first her and Chris was having, a dialect or whatever. They were talking about their differences and about how he comes across and how compared to how her husband comes across and all that kind of stuff, and how he wish he can have a conversation get to a place with her husband like he got to a place with the other husbands. So then she brings up, I think it was her that brought up Candice. Somehow Candice got in the conversation. Who cares? So they brought up Candice calling. She said something about her saying something about Chris. She said, you called my husband a slave driver. I said, bitch, what? Nobody at this table said anything. They were supposed to check her, Candice, right then and there. Like, what do you mean? Then when she said, you didn't call my husband a slave driver or whatever, and then they had a text that called him an overseer, and she was like, and she was like, so you calling me a slave? And she didn't say no. And still, nobody at that table said anything. People want to be up in arms over people calling people certain things. It's the select outrage for me, where people pick and choose when they want to cancel people, because this is the perfect time for this bitch to be canceled. This is the perfect time for this bitch to be canceled, because she says very, very problematic things that can get Bravo in trouble, or the people around her in trouble, can get her husband in trouble. I don't understand when it comes to Candice. Then, when your husband is trying to get up and get you up out of there, and so you can stop embarrassing him and you, with other customers and stuff that was at the restaurant. I don't understand how people be in these marriages and you blatantly in public. Now, what you do behind your closed doors with your spouse, that's on y'all. As long as ain't nobody abusing each other, whatever. But, you know, we talk shit, we cuss each other out, whatever it is that we do behind closed doors. But the public shit, nah, I ain't with that. And she disrespected her husband to the highest. And then when he walked out and she didn't walk with him, I was like, see, this is how girls is able to steal your man. This is how girls is able to come and take your man. You doing disrespectful things on national TV, and it's gonna be a woman that comes to him and say, you ain't gotta take that. You ain't gotta take that disrespect. Just saying. And she finally goes out and talk to him after the other girl man go out and talk to him, after all the girls go out and say, hey, you need to go check on your man. Even the women that ain't got a man that y'all be talking about ain't got no man, but she at least knew that was damn wrong. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. She's very problematic, and something needs to be done to her. The best part of the show was when they were talking about tea bags. And that was and tossing Sally. That was my favorite part of the whole show. You saw Karen and Giselle get along for a chance, so I was here for that. But boy, y'all women so much I don't know what tea bags. Karen is lying. She know, you know, Karen. But anyway, that's all I got. I'm about to get off this highway, so I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Don't know when. I'm gonna try to get back into reviewing shows. I just don't be into them. I'll be more into Netflix movies and shows than these reality shows. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Tell me what y'all thought about this whole problematic thing with Candice. Did y'all think it was okay? Do y'all think it's okay for black women to call another black woman a slave? Is it appropriate? Is it acceptable? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking too hard into it. I don't know, but I would love for you guys' opinion to tell me, was Candice within her rights to call this girl a slave and her husband a slave driver when she's married to a white man, her mother freaking self? Alright, y'all. Follow me on all social media sites by Thaghettoview, THA, not THE. Also follow my other Instagram page. I do everything on there. It's all about support. One word, it's all about support. That's where I support, you know, entrepreneurs, artists, authors, hair vendors, promoters, whatever you got going on. That's where I support everything, and I'm gonna start sharing everything. If you got some food, you got selling, hit me up over there. It's all about support on Instagram, and we could go from there. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.